This podcast was recorded on the traditional lands of the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation, the sovereignty of which was never ceded. We pay our respects to their elders, past and present, and extend that respect to all First Nations people.
Poster Boys. Wow.
Hello, we're back.
We're back. And welcome to Poster Boys.
Episode 2.
Episode 2. It's crazy.
We're doing so well.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I'm impressed.
I'm impressed. I think everyone's already seen the potential, which is great.
Yeah.
And if they're listening to this, they're back for more. So,
Or they... No, you're right.
they want to know how Dragon King ends
Yeah.
without actually watching it.
Yeah, no. They'd hear for the narrative content,
Yeah, not the commentary.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, what's your lasting memory of part 1?
I don't know if I have any. The haircut. I remember his haircut. Mm-hmm. I think I've come around on it. I feel like part of me now wants to get that haircut.
Oh.
I'm not happy about it either.
I'd quite like to see it though. I don't think Did you used to have long hair? You did.
I did used to have long
hair.
hair.
When I first met you.
Yeah. Just so everyone at home knows, I don't like the way she's looking at me.
I'm just kind of like taking in your whole face.
I don't like that.
I'm kind of like looking at you, but also thinking back to what you used to look like.
Yeah, so I remember the haircut.
Yes.
I remember the flips and the tricks and the splits.
Oh, the splits, the jump splits.
The jump splits. I remember...
Gazing.
Gazing.
And peering.
Yep.
And a whole lot of standing and looking, but not much doing.
No, I remember no doing. Mm. What do you remember? What's your lasting memory?
Look, a standout moment for me is the battle with the extra.
Oh,
that was doing the most.
You mean the battle? It was just two armies staring at each other. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That was a lasting moment. And when our main character decided that he didn't want one woman, so he went for the other woman that looks oddly similar to her.
Oh, yeah, because that's what we're left with the secret herbs and spices. Which, again, I think is implied that it's like he's been tricked magically.
Yes.
Not that you'd know. His baseline behavior is so bizarre that him being, like, poisoned or, like, a magic potion or, like, a whatever, hard to tell.
No, you would not know the difference. And that, like, there's not much going on behind those brown eyes, is there?
There's not much going on in front of them either.
No, and look, how much on a scale of 1 to 10, how curious are you to know how this ends?
I'm curious to know. I'm not.
No,
I'm trying to think. Well, we said this last time. What's the actual plot?
Well, this is what I was just going to say, I've just said, how do you think it's going to end? But what ends? I don't know how...
I can't wait for the plot to start.
To be quite honest with you, I agree.
Yeah.
I fully agree. And it's a shame. But
it's such a shame.
I'm not mad.
I'm just disappointed.
I'm just disappointed. It's his debut. It's Robert Pattinson's debut.
Yeah. I hope we see him in more scenes.
Imagine if that's it. All he's done. What's he even done so far?
Oh, he doesn't show up in the rest of the movie? No,
yeah, imagine if that's it. That's all we've got. Didn't he critique The Crow? They arrived, Robert Pattinson walked forward and critiqued something and then kind of took a step back and was like, that's it.
Oh, it was the thing with the hawk. Mm. Yeah.
And have we seen him since? What else did he do?
Oh, he was in the battle scene. Didn't do much. He was in that war room and he was like, let me fight. And his brother was like, no.
Oh, yeah. Sit back down.
That was it.
Maybe Because what I'm thinking is, and this isn't a spoiler because you can search this on Robert Pattinson's IMDb. Episode 3.
Yeah.
We're looking at quite a significant movie.
Yeah. Culturally significant.
Culturally significant and successful.
Yeah.
So they must have seen something in this to be like, oh, we've got to get him in.
Maybe he was in more scenes, but he was pulling focus. He was too good.
And they were like, we've already told this guy he's the main, and it'll upset him if we don't.
Yeah, diva behaviour on set.
Yeah, and then Rob's just gone, that's fine, I'll take a step back.
Because he's such a good man.
He's such a good guy.
He just had a baby, I'm pretty sure. He's a
Did
good father. Oh, maybe. I think so.
I feel like we should know these kinds of things.
I don't care about the Robert Pattinson of today. I care about the Robert Pattinson of every other day.
Yes.
Yesteryear.
Yes. I
The
haven't
year,
had that
yeah.
for, I'd say years.
Yesteryears.
Yesteryears is when I last heard that.
Not since the days of yore.
Of what?
Of yore.
Your what? My what?
Okay, I'm really trying to work out if you're doing a bit about the days of yore, if you don't know what the days of yore means.
No, I don't know what you're talking
It just means like old days.
Oh, okay.
Like YORE.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds like an old English thing, but I've not a clue.
Well, because you're young in English.
What?
You're young in English.
Oh, that's it. Thank you. That's the first time I've been called young in such a
Ever?
long time.
Ever. What, you got... Your mum gave birth, so I was like, who's this old bag?
She's got gross feet.
I think said gross feet.
She's never stepped a day in her life, but her feet.
You just got born and someone
Callous.
was like, wiki feet? It's not gonna like those.
Just put that on the birth certificate.
She will not do well there.
Pigs are not on the cards for her. Okay, what are you expecting? Predictions, please.
I'm expecting no more dragons. The one dragon's dead. I'm expecting Siegfried. I'm expecting some tragic deaths.
Yep.
And I'm expecting the gremlin man in the forest to emerge as soon as we forget about him and impact the plot in some way. And then as soon as he's off screen, we forget about him.
Yes.
Predictions?
Predictions. I think there's going to be some sort of crowning. Somebody is going to be crowned.
A coronation, yeah.
That's definitely going to happen. I'd like to see a twist with the dragon. Like, I want there to be there's something we don't know about this dragon. Is she really dead? Is there another one we don't know about? And look, I'd like there to be some more doing and less staring.
I'd just like to look forward to the next hour of my life and not be like crushingly disappointed by what I'm watching.
Yeah, me too. I think that's a good bar to have.
Yeah.
Let's start there.
Bars on the ground. Can't wait to trip on it.
The devil was tripping on that bar because it's all the way in hell.
Fuck that guy. But anyway.
Okay, let's do it. Let's watch.
I'm proud that Burgund has won you as brother-in-law. Nobody could bring more honor to our kingdom than you, Siegfried of Xanten.
Does the king look much, much older than he did in the first half?
I think so.
He looks like... First off, he looks like 24.
Yeah.
Now he looks like late 30s, but in a rough way.
I think he's been stressed. He's had a lot on. Who'd have thought this would be a love story?
Is it?
And bring my brother back safely.
Back safely?
Talk about codependency.
They're going to get, like, married. What?
I don't know what she's talking about. Why does Robert Pattinson look like he's cut his own fringe? Like, you know, like children cut their own hair? I did that once. And that's what I looked like.
Yeah, I mean, I've still got my own hair, but that's fine.
The difference is you are capable.
Thank you.
If this doesn't work out, then I would trust you with barber scissors.
Thank you. The most nice thing anyone's ever said about me is, if this doesn't work out, you'd be an okay barber, maybe.
Is she in a rave? What's going on with the strobe?
It is very intense fire flickering.
That's meant to be a fire.
She keeps dramatically turning around. Like, every other step, she's like Britney Spears. Like,
My queen, I come here to seek your hand in marriage.
the king wants to marry the Queen of Iceland. And Siegfried, because he's a fuckwit, is like, sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Absolutely no issues. Okay, let's quickly mark down that's another scene that Robert Pattinson is in and has said nothing in.
I'm gonna call that the marriage proposal.
That's so generous of you.
The contest commences in 1 hour.
Look, there's no technique here, is there?
Why is there a river?
Climate change. It's a nod to the melting ice caps.
Okay, if you're gonna have a fight next to a river, don't act surprised when you end up on the river.
No. Oh, look, it's a waterfall. Oh, no.
Geographically, I just don't think that makes sense.
No, like, how high up are they? Because that was a pretty...
They arrived by boat.
And now suddenly they're...
It doesn't make it make sense, love.
That makes Niagara Falls look pathetic.
More like Viagra Falls.
Hey.
It's a limp.
There it is. So is the plot here that she's going to be like, oh, actually, you saved me. So it doesn't matter if you can beat me in a fight or not.
I feel like she's gonna kill him. I feel like for this scene to be worth any of our time, one of them has to f***ing die.
Giselher is my brother by birth.
Giselher?
And it would please me.
Giselher does not have a single word to say.
His name this whole time has been Giselher.
Giselher.
I know. Giselher? How are we spelling that, do you reckon?
So you're telling me these two are brothers. He has the straightest hair I've ever seen, and his is a perm.
Well, because he gets it permed. You answered your own question.
That's what they're doing when they're not staring into space. They're perming.
Everyone spends a lot of time on hair care in this film.
They do, and waxing.
Why are there so many people?
Is this the wedding?
No, every scene has had 4 people in it max.
This is like all the extras. I think it's the wedding.
No, I think they just got back. Is that what happens every time you...
Every time I go back to the UK?
Yeah.
Yes. This is me leaving the airport at Gatwick.
Not Gatwick. But it couldn't even spring
Oh
for
no, not
Heathrow.
Gatwick, Heathrow.
What to
Heathrow.
say? Gatwick doesn't do international.
No.
We're not sure if it worked.
It worked! It worked!
Chill out? Okay, we've stabbed the gremlin. Now,
Like,
what's that achieved?
nothing.
Oh my god, she's peering again. She fucking lands in Bergen,
and then-
picks up. What do we do here? We peer. We loom. We
peer.
lurk.
And then she's gonna go, anyone want a perm? 50% off.
Can I help you?
I waited for you.
You were booked in at 2:30. You didn't show.
Your deposit isn't refundable.
Who's doing her brows in this village? Or is that part of her?
She's a full service beautician, yeah.
She is.
She has nails too.
She did the dragons.
She actually has press-ons up on her Etsy that you can buy.
Don't you think Brunhild's beautiful?
All right, yes, she's beautiful.
All right,
But it's
yeah,
a
you
hot-
got me.
On your wedding night, do you think other girls are pretty? You were looking at her.
I think she's really pretty, don't you?
No? Oh. So you don't think she's
So
pretty?
you were looking at her. Also, I feel like we've done a complete 180 on Siegfried. We weren't a fan of him, and now we're like rooting for him.
I wouldn't say I'm rooting for him.
Maybe that's a strong word.
He's no longer the most odious person on screen.
Yeah.
And the bird's there?
The bird. Significance, please, of the bird.
The bird's just pervin. Straight pervin. Is that Giselher's bird? Yeah, you'd also forgotten that was his name, huh?
Step aside now and let your queen pass.
You're no queen of mine, Brunhild.
Does she not know how rank works?
I know.
Who gave you that?
My husband. Do you believe me now? He took it from you last night in your own bedroom. It surprises me that you couldn't tell.
Like,
You knew! Why you knew
It's
that it
also
wasn't
like-
him?
the loveless marriage that you're trapped in. It's on false pretenses, not a burn. Good news for her, if anything.
Yeah.
You may not care if men scorn you as a weakling and a cuckold. What about me?
And a what?
Cuckold. A cuck.
Cuckold. I've heard that word.
You know how I predicted that Robert Pattinson wasn't going to have any lines? You He hasn't yet, has he?
No.
That was a loaded hand wave he just gave. It was like a wave like hello, but then the hand sort of just like dropped down.
Non-verbal communication.
Get one of those like body language experts in, who are always talking about like the royals, being like, well, you can see clearly that.
There's clearly conflict because of the way his left hand is placed upon his right knee at an angle of 87 degrees. And also she was still waving after he'd already gone, like that's embarrassing.
So embarrassing.
Queen Brunhild? Queen Brunhild, please let me talk to you.
Wait, why is her hair now curled?
She probably did her hair.
Yeah. Couldn't talk about it in the chair?
No.
Once I loved a man, the whole world.
She has had a perm though.
Oh yeah.
It is consistent.
Someone in this castle is permanent and crimping.
Honestly.
Like their lives depend on it.
And selling press-ons.
Once I loved a man who did not love me.
Same. Listen,
The love potion.
baby girl, you have to learn to like people that don't like you back, to realise your worth, and to point you to who you're supposed to be with. You can't just take a potion and forget about the time you loved someone that didn't
There's
love you
no
back.
silver bullet.
No.
There's no silver bullet.
No. You have to not be loved back. And that's
Because she's unlovable.
because really there's nothing. There is no appeal.
There is nothing and no one.
He's going grey, I'm pretty sure.
He's aging
very
rapidly.
rapidly.
He's like,
Every day for him is like 6 months.
he's aging in dog years.
Yeah.
I was about to say he was reverse Benjamin Buttoning, but that is just normal aging.
I was gonna say that too, and then I thought, no wait, that's not right.
But that's what we're all doing.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of getting bored of these duels happening every 40 plus seconds. He still looks put together.
He looks like Madame Tussauds.
The funeral makeup artist has
Don't have to
been
go around
busy.
kissing corpses.
No.
Like TLC. Don't go kissing corpses.
Oh,
There he is. Gizzle hair. Sounds like a character from Cats.
I think it is.
It's Grisabella. Does he get a line at his brother's funeral?
No, he's speechless.
Apparently not.
He's speechless. He can't
Come
comprehend
on, does
what's
drinking
just
that man's
happened.
blood mean nothing to you? Oh my god.
Clearly not.
Blood drinking. Twilight. This is a prequel to Twilight. This is how Edward Cullen became.
This is his origin story.
I feel like we're going to realize that Robert Pattinson's actually the original MCU. Everything's connected.
Everything's connected. Every film, every franchise, it's all linked.
Oh, it seems so far away.
Sounds like a Eurovision song. The opening to a Eurovision song.
A sick house beat's going to
Yeah,
kick
in a
in.
minute you'll hear a synth. Right.
This slaps. This is sick as hell.
This, I guarantee, was in Eurovision 2000 whatever 4.
Oh my god, we
did it.
We did it.
Right to the end as well. Like it was fully 2 hours and 10 minutes. You know, sometimes you're like, oh, you can shave off 15 minutes because the credits. No.
Wow.
The credits aren't long enough to shave off 15 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't imagine the crew was that big.
No.
Crew about 8 people.
Half of them were doubling up as extras.
Robert Pattinson was grip assist, gaffer. That's why he didn't have any lines. He was busy back.
He was back production.
Find the camera. Robert, can we get you in the scene? 1 second. Okay, I'm set dressing for the next. He was like passing out like crew agreement. He was doing catering.
He was on scheduling. He was on catering.
He got on set and he's like, this is a disaster.
Yeah.
You guys are in a crisis. I'm on my way. And we're back.
Thanks for joining us.
I feel very... I took notes this time. We're sitting here, notebook on my lap. I feel very, like...
Structured.
Fresh. Yeah.
Like, we feel... The first episode, we just kind of winged it.
Yeah.
And now...
But, you know, that kind of, like, rustic charm, it only gets you so far.
Yeah.
You know what people appreciate? Structure.
Structure. As human beings, we don't like anything that does not fit into a box.
Yeah.
So that's what we did. We got bullet points. We got things to discuss. We have thoughts.
I'm almost like, you know when you watch a really good film and, like, as the credits are rolling, you're sort of sitting there and it's, like, sort of bittersweet and you're, like, reflecting on the film that you've watched and how it's changed you. I'm not getting that.
No.
But I'm getting something like that.
I'm so glad you said that because I also had a similar feeling. And I think for me, it was like, we just watched our first full film for the podcast. And it feels like a little, like a moment.
Yeah.
Like a milestone.
Or potentially, it wasn't bittersweet so much as it was sweet because we were happy it was over.
Maybe. And it was disguised. And we were like, thank God.
Also, I think we picked the right spot to break it up because the second half and the first half...
Completely different.
Very little to do with each other.
Two separate films as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Completely. You wrote down Robert's character.
Oh, you mean Gizzlehair?
Yes. And I think that's really lovely that you have acknowledged his character that had 5 lines in the whole film.
Well, I'm going to name my first one Gizzlehair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Point. That's it. That is...
End of app.
That's it. So we opened this part with a lovely moment of cheers.
Cheers! Job well done. What are they cheesing specifically? Because they've already... Like, all the shit's already happened. They've already...
know.
Are they cheesing the end of the war again? Why are they celebrating? Why are they like, fuck yeah?
I don't think... You have to remember, we haven't known what's going on. There's been no plot line.
Yeah.
There's been no workflow.
Yeah.
So they could be cheersing for anything. They could just be cheersing because they're alive.
Again, that could have just been the actors not realising they were rolling.
And they've just kept it.
That's why there was that sudden shift of the cheers to I want to marry your sister.
I want to make your sister my queen.
Did you see how quickly his face changed?
To go from cheers. By the way, I want to your sister. He can't marry the king's sister until the king gets married. And he did just basically call the king a loveless dog. It was creepy.
It was so sudden. It kind of like knocked me back.
Yeah.
It was
If someone looked at me and said something with that level of like urgency, I'd be alarmed.
But then the response to be like, okay, you can marry my sister if you find me someone. Like it feels immature.
But like, yeah, also, way to outsource. First of all, is that a law? Who came up with that law? Second of all, way to outsource.
Yeah.
Your f***ing like dating life.
It feels like playground
Which
politics.
is ironic because that king, he
Ages.
looked so aged. I don't understand what it was. He started 25. Halfway through, he was 38.
I think he actually died of natural causes. He just died of old age.
Him getting stabbed was incidental.
Yeah, that was just a coincidence. This man was actually 97 by the end of the film.
It's like when you shoot a racehorse. Like it was just coming.
It was just coming, and like I think that needs to be addressed.
Oh my god, he looked. But also, I think we established he's a good actor now.
He looks arrogant. Like his body language is like.
Wait, who is that?
Is that not the guy that was just dangling from the? Why does he have a? Is he
The
a
mask.
twin?
The mask. The magic mask.
What mask?
The magic mask from the Gremlin Goblin Boy. Like, not a plot point. That's why he looked so arrogant.
That's why he looks.
That was good acting. That was Siegfried. I never thought I'd see the day.
Oh, stop! It wasn't him.
It wasn't him. It was Siegfried, aka Mr. Arrogant.
Yeah,
That's what his license plate says.
Mr. Arrogant spelt with numbers and a combination of
Yeah,
numbers and
he's so arrogant he made them increase the minimum number of letters on a license plate, the maximum number. Yeah.
And then we slowly transition to we're in the dragon's cave.
Are we?
With the gold.
Oh, yeah, like the big pile of gold, which I think it's implied is like it's in the castle, in like the castle like treasury or whatever.
Yeah.
But also like the king's sister has probably seen the gold before.
I agree.
Like, I mean, first of all, dog move. Dog move. It's like putting like a screenshot of your bank statement on like a Tinder profile.
Yeah.
First of all, you can Photoshop. Second of all,
For sure.
she's the king's sister.
It's not impressive. It's literally like it's like getting payday.
Yeah.
And then somebody else saying, "Hey, look, I just got paid," and then they show you how much they got paid, and you're like, "That doesn't faze me."
Yeah, but information has little to do with me.
Yeah. All this gold, I have seen it before.
Also,
I actually have to walk through this room to get out of the house, so I actually just walk past it every day.
Also, like, I'm not an economist, but like that much gold, it could tank the economy. If the price of gold plummets, everything goes with it.
Yeah.
Think about that, Siegfried.
Right. Selfish.
Selfish. You've got to shoot them into a recession.
Yeah. Very current. Very current for us.
We are topical.
We are always keeping it relevant. Always finding ties to modern day politics through what's it called? The Dragon's Heart?
Colon.
The Dragon's Colon.
Dark Kingdom, colon the Dragon King. Or Dragon Kingdom, colon the...
Every time you say colon, I'm thinking like the organ, like...
Oh, yeah. Where the poop is.
Yeah. So every time you say the Dragon's Colon, I'm like, that could be a very different...
Well, I'm not a
He's
biologist.
got IBS. Fafnir's she's got some tummy troubles.
Oh, who doesn't this day and age?
I know. Okay, then...
Anyway, so he decides... I can't remember if it's the king who decides or Siegfried who decides. Oh yeah, your wife, I know just the gal. It's the Queen of Iceland, who I famously had sex with in a ditch in a burning crater.
Yeah. And really, like, am quite attracted to.
Yeah. But, like, the thing is, Siegfried hears all that, and, like, he doesn't go, like, ooh, maybe not.
Yeah.
Like,
don't shit where you...
There's a clear moment where he's like, oh, yeah, we've met. Ooh, and he's like, ooh.
How do I know you?
He basically says everything up until the point of, like, yeah, we fucked in the dirt.
Yeah. And then, doesn't he say... He said something like... Yes, we met, and she was quite aware. Something like... He said something, like, shifty, and then he went, like... Ooh.
He went, ooh, and, like, had a little sip, and, like, ooh, I don't know.
Oh, and then he sipped his tea!
Oh, yeah, it's like...
He literally spilled the tea and then sipped it right back
It's like
up.
when you say something dicey, then have a drink, be like, ooh, someone stop me.
Literally. I just can't help myself.
Like,
It's coming out like
what
word
the
vomit.
fuck did he think was gonna fucking happen?
I don't know.
Because then she's like, he rocks up, she's like, my lover, I love you. My doesn't care about her bird anymore.
No.
Where is my raven? Doesn't give a shit anymore, does she?
I don't care about my raven.
God, people are disposable to her, and so are birds.
Yeah, right?
But also, people are disposable to him.
People will literally forget about you the second they lose their bird.
Wow.
And I'm just sick of it, Harry.
But, like, not really real.
Like, do we need to pause?
I want to talk about it.
We will fight a duel of double-bladed axes.
Why?
If you win, I will wed you.
Imagine having that power in, like, modern times. Like, two guys are interested in you, and you're
Imagine
like...
full stop, imagine having that power.
If I fail to make you my wife,
And then the resolution is fight.
I don't know who to choose. He's a gun.
I just can't get my head around the concept of, like, if you can beat me in a duel, I'll marry you. I don't get it. I like a man who can be vulnerable.
I like a man that I could take in a fight.
Yeah. I like a man that could kill me in a duel.
I want to know if things go south, I can hold my own.
Yeah. She wants a man where if they got into a fight, she'd be a goner.
Which feels weird.
It doesn't sit right with me.
Okay, the basis of a marriage being a duel to the death.
Yeah.
Not to the death. Duel to the death. It's like an old witch trial of like, well, if we put her in the water and she drowns, she wasn't a witch. Oops. But if she floats, she's a witch killer. Like,
You can't win.
If a man can kill me, that man can be my husband. Also, I'm dead.
So he ain't got no wife. This is where my brain was getting lost because why would you want to choose a man that could actively, like, kill you in a duel?
That's not comforting knowledge.
It's not. I get the idea of, like, oh, I want someone strong. There's a difference between strength and, like, I'm willing to fight with you until you're nearly dead.
But I think maybe it's less poetic to be like, I want my future husband to tie in a duel with me. What would that even look like? And then she gets beaten. But by the king.
She likes it, and she's into it.
Well, maybe that's why. Oh, that's what it is.
She's got a king.
She's got a massive, like, submission king.
Yeah. I was thinking, I didn't want to say it when we were watching. I didn't know if that was going to be too below the belt. Pardon the pun.
Because the belt.
Because the belt.
Also, if she's like, I will only, like, love a man who can, like, beat me. Like, just find a good man and take off the belt. The belt that gives you magic strength. That you then tell everyone about.
Yeah.
Your husband who you hate, you're like, by the way, this belt is the source of all my powers.
Take it off me, I dare you.
And then he tries to take it off and she's like, how dare you? Like,
and she goes mental. Look, I don't think she knows what she wants. I think deep down she wants a sensitive boy. But
well, you know who's the sensitive boy?
Oh, boy.
Gizzlehair.
Gizzlehair.
I have to look down to read it every single time.
So I have written proposal with arpats. What do I mean there?
I think he was just there. He was in a lot of scenes.
What proposal? What was being proposed? Is it when they were in the tent?
Oh, and they like drink each other's blood?
I don't know. We can cross that out. River fight with plot point?
Yeah, because they were fighting... First of all, they were fighting next to a river, and then were like a cartoon character, like soaring off the branch that they're standing on. Axe chopped away the ice that they were standing on. They were standing in the river.
Floating down melting peaks. And
then King/Siegfried is like, take my hand! Grabs her hand, pull out to reveal he's also on a chunk of ice.
Yeah, and then...
It's like his mum and the river all over again. These people don't plan forwards.
No.
Get him to the river. And then what? Take my hand. Now what?
Now we're both just going to go down together.
Yeah.
And then they're about to... The waterfall, was that necessary?
I don't think...
Would you have had the waterfall if you were producer on that film?
Well, all of Iceland was CGI. Just like in real life.
Iceland is not real.
Jörg's a paid actor.
Shout out to our Icelandic viewers. I'm glad this podcast has reached you.
If it has.
Until now, we believe you're CGI'd.
Yeah, if you have ever been to Iceland, please let us know.
Because you haven't.
Call in now.
Well, let's do live call-ins.
Oh, it's like fucking flat earthers.
Oh, dear.
Well, I've actually circumnavigated the globe. Have you?
Have you?
I've been to Iceland. Have you? Have you been to a TV studio? Have you been to like a VR?
Isn't Iceland where they have that blue lagoon? The
Brooke Shields movie?
Brooke Shields.
She was in Blue Lagoon. That's the only fact I know about Blue Lagoon is that it had a teenage Brooke Shields in it.
It's like really blue. You can't see. It sounds stupid, blue water, but it's like a turquoisey like lagoon.
Yeah.
And it's warm and it's steamy. That's Iceland, isn't it?
It sounds right-ish. Yeah.
But again, it sounds fake.
Yeah. What's the name?
Blue Lagoon.
Iceland. Grow up. Grow up.
I know.
Go back to...
Greenland.
That's all first draft shit. All first draft shit. Go to a second draft. Go to a third. You can do it, girl. I know you can.
You've got Iceland, Greenland, Scotland, England.
All these ings.
I mean, look, add land onto anything and it becomes a place.
America land.
America land. It just makes it sound like a dream.
If only it were.
See?
Oh, political. Anyway, so... I was really hoping that duel to the death, not to the death. I was hoping it was gonna be.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh my god, like, drama. The king dies. The queen is like, I killed your king, and then suddenly is like, I don't know, something.
Drama for a purpose is what we were looking for.
Yeah, but no, she gets beat.
Yeah.
And then she's like, gotta marry this chump of a man who's aging before my eyes.
I know. Which brings us to the joint wedding. Oh, no. If someone plans their wedding on the same day as me, I've given 2 years notice for my wedding. You can pick another day.
No one's allowed to give birth on that day.
No! Nothing else can happen.
God, everyone's moving.
No one looks happy to be there.
Least of all me.
Imagine spending all this money on your wedding and everyone looks miserable.
And you, Brunhild, accept my king as your rightful husband and lord.
She's gonna say no. It's like, what's it called? Married at First Sight. It might as well be.
Honestly.
So this is the reception.
Yeah. Is
I've
what you're
booked
gonna be
the
like?
same thing for mine, yeah.
What, duels to the death?
And then just a big old carcass on the table.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I hope our love perseveres like this pig didn't. First of all, it's my special day.
Exactly.
Second of all, just a joint wedding.
A joint wedding at this. When you're jealous
Oh.
of the one who got away, you're getting married adjacent to the one that got away.
Yeah. To a guy that you apparently despise.
Yeah.
She just kept looking around as though she didn't know where the she was.
Yeah.
It kept me like she's
How
just
did I
like
get here?
like an old confused person. She just kept going, huh?
What?
And then she saw a spear, and she was like, "Oh, I know how to do this.
Yes.
Let's fight Siegfried." Because the king's sister, whose name was said, but I don't know,
Escapes me.
what a messy little bitch.
I know.
Just sitting there at your joint wedding that no one else wanted to have.
Yeah, and she just goes, Sigrid knows how to duel.
Like, Siegfried could beat you? Nah.
And then just sits back and watches it unfold while she's eating her canapes.
I just like...
No, eating the full hog on the table.
The full hog.
That's not even an expression.
The whole
There was
hog.
a whole hog.
A whole hog. But it's also like... I mean, we've said this before. What's the plan? What's the plan? She's got her man.
Yeah.
She's... Through magic, it is established.
Yeah.
Through magic.
It's a questionable marriage, but a marriage nonetheless.
But so, like, why the drama? Why the drama?
Why can't we just be happy with our men? This is how it's ended up, okay? We're not all thrilled about it, but if we all just agree to live harmoniously, okay? They're not the worst men in the world. You can get worse.
Yeah.
And we can all just have a lovely wedding, a reception. We'll have a dance, have some
Have a
food,
juggler.
have a juggler,
A bunch of dudes just fighting, and everyone going, yay!
and that'll be it. Why do you have to keep stirring the pot?
I don't... Also, later on, I just realized, they're like... It's a plot point where Siegfried and his wife are like, oh my god, like, we're in danger here. Like, they don't like us here. Like, oh my god, should we just go? Should we just go to Xanten? Xanten is the place he's the king of.
I know.
He should go there.
It would
Why
make
is that a
sense.
discussion of, like... Why they're like, oh my god, like, they hate it. Like, go to the place you're allegedly a king of.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of people in a castle somewhere just be like...
Where's the king?
For the past, like, 20 years, they've just been like, what the fuck?
Where did he go? Who's in charge?
Actually, they're probably doing great.
They're probably thriving, actually. It's like a full democracy.
It's a commune.
Yeah.
That's how communism can work.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh, literally. But no, so they fight, and then she's like, Brunhild's like, oh my god, like, I beat him, but only because he, like, let me beat him. It's
Let
like,
me win. Oh, and then it got weirdly, like, sexual.
Like, he wasn't even going for a boob, he was going for cleavage.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing to grope.
That is, yeah. He's going for sternum.
I love just the clear absence between two breasts.
You want me, my strong husband? I'm waiting.
Oh, it's kinky. It's...
Not my strong husband.
I usually skip this part.
The man who defeated me. Or then again, maybe you had been drinking. Some magical potion to give you strength, perhaps?
Who's negging him?
Stop this. Untie me.
Stop,
this.
no. I hate this. Carry on. I love it.
This went from, like, tense and, like, kinky, and, like, now it's just pathetic.
Yeah.
Brunhild, please don't let the servants see me like this.
Don't let the servants see me like this.
I would never be your wife.
I wouldn't want anyone to see me like that.
He didn't seem this pathetic in the first half.
No.
She hog-tied?
She tied him up like a turkey.
It was so...
He was looking like a Christmas dinner.
It was just so weird.
The fact that he was there all night, tied up like that. He didn't get cramp once.
It was f***ing hilarious though.
It was...
Just to go from him being like, so clearly being like, well, this is this guy didn't defeat me. He's weak.
I'll tie him up and prove it.
Then just tie him up. But then to hard cut to...
Sleep soundly next to him.
And then hard cut to him waking me like, Brunhild!
Don't let anyone see me like this.
Yeah, it's like when you get bullied by your siblings and you're like, guys,
I'm bored.
Come on, let me out. I want to join in. Brunhild, can I sleep in the bed? Give me your belt.
I want to play anymore.
God.
And then the fact that he said the only concern that he had was don't let the servants see me like this.
I think it's because he knows no one else respects him.
No.
That ship he got dragged through the town.
Oh, dragged.
Dragged through the town. Not a euphemism.
And he never recovered, truly, did he?
No, he's like, the servants are all I have.
Yeah. If they see me like this, that's it.
Yeah.
How embarrassing for him.
How embarrassing. God. And then she has a belt. She has a magic belt.
Magic belt.
She tells everyone about the magic belt. She's a wit.
She's an idiot.
They're all so stupid. And then Siegfried finds out about the belt. You know what he does? Steals the belt.
Steals the belt.
You know what he does? Gives it to his wife. You know what his wife does? Be like, notice my belt? Look familiar?
Reveals the belt.
What is the plan?
Doesn't just kind of say, oh yeah, thanks so much, babe. Like we can do some stuff with
like
this.
She's no longer a threat. Like we now can secure our position.
We can come together and we can instead she's like, oh look what I've got.
Yeah.
Reveals it.
Like a full flasher.
Like this is what I wore to duel today.
Get ready with me to taunt my sister-in-law. To tell her she's not the queen, no queen of mine, despite the fact she's literally the queen.
Yeah.
My brother is the king.
Hey guys, I'm wearing my sister's belt today. It's kind of
She doesn't know it. She doesn't know I took it.
It's just.
I kind of would have loved if she turned around and went, "Is that my f***ing belt?"
Yeah. Are you joking? Really?
You gotta stretch it out.
It's a fashion belt. It's not functional. It separates the piece.
It's my proportions.
Proportions.
1/3, 2/3. Never half.
That is exactly how I wear the belt up there. Can you see it? Can you see the belt?
Oh yeah, I see a belt.
It's the chunky
Just for
belt.
the listeners at home, Stacey's pointing to a shelving unit, and there's a belt on top of it.
Yep, it's a black chunky belt with a red buckle.
Red?
It's not red. It's gold.
Okay, almost all of this was available through context, and Stacey is colorblind. Red, gold, colorblind. No one talks about it.
No, everyone talks about like your browns and blues.
Your reds and greens.
Reds and greens. Red and gold? No.
Finally, a voice for the red gold sufferers. Siegfried's wife is acting like a child.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like so, it's like
they're all being quite immature.
Yeah.
Is what we've gathered, but also we've also gathered that there's a lot of. I was going to say plot points, but they're not really plot points. It's just a lot happening in part 2. Yeah.
A lot of things happening.
And a lot of like just. Okay, now we're going to show a bit of this, and now we're going to show a bit of this. But none of it really connects.
It was all just like acting like things were really significant when the significance had not been established.
Yeah, no significance whatsoever.
Like
none.
Because you know it's bad when you have to have a flashback to a plot point.
Like a key plot point.
Oh yeah, like when it was revealed that after Siegfried has a little bath in the dragon's blood, he couldn't get his back.
Yeah.
The dragon's blood made my skin impenetrable.
What's happening?
Oh, it's like that's the one place where the dragon's blood, when he had his spa day in the dragon's blood, that's the one place.
What,
and the evil guy in black leather saw.
And he thinks it's still there?
No, because that's the part that the dragon blood didn't hit, so that's the part that's vulnerable. Like Achilles.
It's his Achilles back.
Not my Achilles back.
You know, have you fake tanned before by yourself?
No.
There are devices now that, not devices, but like tools that exist that you put the foam, the mousse onto it, and you kind of do this, and it tans your back for you.
Like you're scrubbing your back in a cartoon.
Yeah, like with a towel. Yeah. He needed that when he was having his spa
It's like
day.
that when you're like, yeah, I can put sunscreen on myself, and then you look in the mirror later, and there's just like burn marks with just like handprints in it of where you tried to get a.
That happened to me this summer.
Humiliating.
It was awful. I had a square because I was reading at a high point at the top of a hill.
She reads.
I was reading.
She's literate.
In public. I was reading in public with a picnic basket. Because I'm so mysterious. Anyway, so That's what he needed, is where I'm going with this. He needed either assistance to get the blood onto his back.
But also, the blood was in a pool.
Lie down.
Just get in there.
Get in!
Because they were doing the blood brother thing.
Yeah.
Like, sharing, like... I mean, gross, A. But B, so he knew that the weak spot was there. Fix it at the time.
I know.
It's like the story of Achilles. Like, oh, but the one place he was weak was the part where I didn't dunk him in the water. Grab him by the other leg.
Yep.
Dunk him in the water again.
And then everything's been exposed.
Everything's twice as impervious.
Exactly.
Because his skin is impenetrable, famously. Oh my god. And then... Where was I? Yeah, it's confirmed that she got a potion off the evil black leather guy. If you have to use flashbacks to explain your plot, it's a bad plot. It's not good.
I know. You're having to remind us of what is happening, like, to keep us up to date with what's happening.
Yeah. And then... She's...
The more I think about it, the more I'm like... This film... This was not...
Good?
Good.
No, yeah, I'm there already.
I have loved the experience of dissecting it with you.
I think maybe what we're saying is this is a bad film, but it's nice to be friends. Nice to have friends.
I like being your friend, but I hated that film.
Thank you so much for being honest with me.
Yeah, but I will watch other films with you.
Oh my god.
Regardless of whether they're good or not.
Well, that's good, because I can guarantee nothing. Oh god, and then... Yeah, anyway, Siegfried fucking dies.
Gone.
Gone.
That's my last note. Death of Siegfried.
But they're always like, oh, he's a threat.
He's not a threat to anyone.
What is he doing?
He's not a threat.
No one does anything.
The only thing that's a threat.
That's why they have different hairstyle every day.
That's what I was going to say. The only thing that's a threat is that Siegfried's hair is so glossy all the time, they're jealous. Other people are envious.
They keep trying to crimp, they keep trying to perm, they keep trying to braid, trying to
he's just like...
get something going, but he's so naturally, like, effortlessly. Like, effortlessly beautiful.
It's the effortless blowout.
And those hoes can't take him.
No.
They can't take him.
That's the only threat that he is posing. Other than that, he did not need to die.
And so Goatee Boy has to stab him with a spear. He's gonna throw the spear and he's gonna miss because he couldn't bother to walk closer.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, he did get... There was no...
His Achilles back. My only weakness. A spear in the chest. Oh my god. He's being killed like the dragon was killed. What goes around comes around.
That dragon was in on this whole thing.
That's the dragon wearing the mask.
Yeah. Oh.
Not the slide back down.
How embarrassed. I'd be so embarrassed.
Like you do a dramatic... Imagine like you do like this really dramatic death and you just go... Okay, so he's like dead.
He's really gone. Death of Siegfried. I have nothing between Duel Part 2 and Death of Siegfried.
I've got Duel Belt, Steel Belt, and then I guess Death.
I've never thought about
getting stabbed with a spear?
Well, I was going to say, because I don't watch many, like, stabby action films.
Yeah.
I've only ever seen, like, when characters get stabbed.
Well, I've never seen people get stabbed in real life.
Well... I've never seen it go all the way through, is where I'm going with this. It's usually like, oh, you get stabbed, like, in the heart, or you get stabbed in the leg. Like, I've never just seen someone become a kebab.
Yeah.
And then oh my god, he slipped after he died.
It's humiliating. Remind me, if it's in my control, and it will be, I don't want to die on a slope.
No.
Because you get this beautiful tableau. It's like, imagine Baz Luhrmann's Romeo and Juliet.
Yes.
You've seen it? Yes. Beautiful film, incredible film. Imagine after their beautiful poetic suicide, the little like altar that they're on, just like tips to one side and they sort of like roll a little bit. Like Claire Danes be like, no, and then just be like, oop.
And it's that noise, it's that oop. You know, like
it's like a couple of flowers hit the ground.
Yeah. Or it's like, you know, when you're walking towards someone, you both step the same way.
Oh yeah.
And you go, oop. It's that same feeling. It's like, oh.
It's like the deep, humiliating embarrassment of like a minor mess up.
Yeah, like you've not even fully fallen. You've just slipped.
If I was that actor, I would have looked at the dailies and been like, we're doing that again.
Yeah,
that can't be it. That's not, because it's meant to be like an epic, heroic saga. That's not epic. That's not heroic.
I would rather slip down the entire slope and land with a broken spine than have the humiliation of a slip.
Because you know what? In that scenario, you're dead at the end.
Yeah.
Once you're dead, the indignity is done.
It's done.
It's just one final little hand.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want anyone to watch you die. I mean, I guess kind of full stop. But you don't want someone to watch you die and at the end go, oh my god.
Someone's just going, did you see that?
Or just like unspoken, everyone's looking around and be like, we all saw it, but we can't.
We can't laugh, don't laugh, don't laugh.
No.
Don't laugh, it's not funny. It's not funny.
I like the idea of us dying and like surrounded by like people who kind of know us, be like, don't laugh.
Like nudging each other.
Guys, this is serious.
It's not funny.
Just don't laugh.
It's not funny. But then so someone's just going.
Oh my god, look, his pants slipped down a little bit.
That's how it felt. I was like embarrassed for him.
But also, then they bring his corpse back to his bride, whatever the fuck her name is.
Yeah.
And then they're like, he was killed by Saxons. Was he? Like, of all the lies.
Is that true?
We all saw homeboy with the goatee pick up a spear and just walk directly after him.
Yeah.
Directly after him.
Yeah.
And then come back being like, oh, he got stabbed, don't know how. Anyway, so she's like, you betrayed him, blah. And then shit hits the fan in every which way.
Yeah.
Everyone is like, we've been made. How? One woman being like, you betrayed, like, clearly distraught over her dead husband, being like, and you killed him, is not, to me, justification for everyone to be like, well,
that's it.
Got a stab.
Yeah. Okay, so we've gone 2 weddings to a funeral. 2 weddings and a funeral. It's the prequel.
It's a prequel.
Murderer.
How the f*** does she know?
Really? At a funeral? You're gonna do this here? Oh no, he's dead.
Okay, 2 weddings, 2 funerals. Oh, well that was very intense.
Oh my god! A beheading?
At a time like this? Just like whip out the swords, the king gets stabbed.
Just felt, you know how earlier I said I'm getting sick of these like unnecessary duels?
Yeah.
And then it was just like they threw in stabbings for...
And then Brunhild's there, and she's like, oh, I'll get involved.
Why not? It's her favourite thing to do is just be in the centre of drama.
Input hoe.
Yeah.
Such an input hoe. It's just like... And then Robert Pattinson gets... Sorry. Gizzle hair.
I think it's changed every time you pronounce it.
I have to read it every time because it's not a name. And so he's like, I'm the king now, everyone kill him. And everyone's like, nah.
Yeah.
But also because they're fighting over the ring. The ring that he put on was like...
Oh, and they were chasing it like a ping pong ball.
Yeah, which is the most humiliating thing.
The worst. That was more humiliating, slipping down the rock or chasing after the ring like a beer pong ball.
I think the ping pong ball is more humiliating because it's like... Not only are you chasing after it, you're like in this weird stance.
Yeah, and you feel really silly.
And it's like, I'm meant to be this cool dude who's like doing a drinking game, like doing beer pong. And it's like, oh, my ball.
I need to chase it.
Oh my god. But then... So that's...
And that's it. And then it ended.
Then beheading.
Oh, yeah.
Weirdly, given everything we've seen, weirdly violent beheading.
Yeah, didn't like that. Didn't like the way...
They cut to it like 3 times.
Yeah.
Like, okay, his head's off. Chill.
That was on that for, I'd say, at least 4 seconds longer than it needed to be.
It's because, you know what it is? They spent so much money getting that cast under the actor's head.
Yeah.
They're like, we need to milk this for all it's worth.
It was expensive.
God. So yeah, everyone's dead.
Everyone's dead.
Siegfried gets cremated.
Yeah.
Okay, imagine being a part of the archers who like set the boat on fire and being the guy who missed.
And you hope no one notices.
Yeah. If that's Siegfried, where's the king? Then I'm gonna bury him? Feels rude.
What do you mean you're just gonna stand in a fire and not get burned?
Oh.
Oh dear.
Wait, she was on the boat the whole time and not one person noticed.
And also, she wasn't being burnt by the heat?
Is that the dragon's skull as well?
Or is it the skull of the man that... Oh, someone's feet. It looks like someone's feet.
No, I believe that was the dragon's skull.
Someone's going in head first. And then she's on the boat.
Brunhild's like, she pops out.
And then
like
she's like, well, I'm going to join this too. Bye.
And she kills herself. And it's like, A, grim. B, he wasn't... I guess there's some sort of like romantic tragedy about like...
Symbolism.
About like, oh, she now knows that he was cursed or like was enchanted and that's why he didn't love her anymore. But like, he didn't have enough going on for me to be like, well, it's over for him, it's over for me.
Exactly.
And then they made, I think Robert Pattinson or his wife or whoever the fuck tried to make some grand point about like, and now the old gods are dead with him. The fuck does that mean?
I know. One of the only lines he's had, and he's having this dialogue with someone, just saying words but saying nothing.
And I just know the writer, he wrote that line and he took the day off. He was like, golden, perfect,
like,
beautiful.
That is it.
And honestly, what annoys me more about that ending, more than anything,
yeah,
Fafnir's skull on the boat that was cremated.
That looks like a pair of feet.
It did look like a pair of feet. And just one final indignity.
The poor thing, and I said it in the episode 1, and I'll say it again. We don't know that she did anything wrong. She was trying to live her peaceful dragon life, and she has just been humiliated.
And can I just say, if she was killing, ravaging, eating, whatever, after what I've seen of this culture, of these people, I don't much mind. I'm on the dragon side.
I don't blame her.
I don't blame her.
I don't blame her. I think my concluding thought is that Fafnir deserved none of that.
None of that.
None of it. And
because also she got woken up and killed, all for what? For the cunts who killed her, end up dead.
She wasn't that's what I mean. She wasn't bothering anybody. She wasn't like she wasn't active doing dragon things. She was sleeping.
You know what I just remembered? Those ghosts.
What were they for? Who were they again?
I don't know. Who the fuck were they?
What happened? This was 2 hours and 9 minutes of what?
So the curse of the Nibelungs was...
What was the curse?
I don't know. The sword of Xanten that was established, it was his sword.
Yeah. Of
the kingdom that he was like, nah, fuck it, they don't need me. They're self-sufficient over there. They're like a hippie commune in Southern California or something. Ring of the Nibelungs, that was the ring.
Yeah.
Why did they all want it? We don't really know.
Didn't explain
What did it do?
Nothing.
Because the imperviousness was because of the dragon's blood. The ring was just...
It was from
cool.
Lavisa. It was a Lavisa ring.
What you didn't see, he took the ring off, green.
Green.
Absolutely green.
Just not... The symbolism just hasn't landed for me.
What? Okay, final thoughts?
Yep.
What are we rating it? I'm going to rate it...
What did I rate it last time? Like
3 point something hairless chests.
Yeah.
We not as many hairless chests.
No.
Which is weird because there was more explicit sex. Not explicit sex. Implied sex,
no
the exact opposite.
Sex
there was a few moments I was like, oh, hello.
I'd say let's rate it using...
You know what? I'm gonna draw a line in the sand. I'm not going to rate this for political reasons. Out of respect for Fafnir.
I'm with you. I stand with her.
I'm with her. I'm with her. The dragon from the first half of this mid-2000s German made-for-TV movie.
I'm with her. Justice for Fafnir. Final thoughts. All of the village people were just not good people. None of them had good motives.
Burn it down.
Burn the whole thing down.
Her energy has picked right back up.
Suddenly, I need a petition. I need tributes to Fafnir. The only name we've remembered from part 1.
You say that about Gizzle hair?
Well, listen. We've completed film 1.
Done. In the bag.
In the bag. It's up from here.
Are you implying that this episode was dog shit?
No.
Guys, it can only get better from here. Trust us.
If you've made it this far, then congratulations.
If you've made it this far, here's the last 4 digits of my credit card number.
So, listen, regardless of your thoughts on, or if you've seen the Dragon Heart / the Ring of the Nibelung or the Rise of the Xanten, whatever, regardless of your thoughts on this movie, give us a rating.
Give us a comment.
On your thoughts on us. Maybe not if it's,
Yeah, don't
comment. Don't talk shit.
I'm here for attention, not criticism.
Yeah.
Tell us that we're pretty and we're doing a good job.
And that we're doing really well, sweetie. And we will see you very soon in the next one.
Because what are we watching next? Do you know? I know.
You know. Are we saying?
Are we saying?
I don't know.
Okay.
Is
We
it a
haven't
surprise?
format-wise, we haven't established yet. But what if we say it, and if we decide that format-wise we don't want to say it, we can bleep it.
Oh my god, yes, let's say it and then bleep it. All right. So the next one that we are treating you with, some might say spoiling you with,
I'd say.
is, you're going to have to say it, I don't know.
First name, last name, and the object of noun.
Wow.
So, we will see you over there. If it's already been uploaded, you can go there now. If not, see you in 2 weeks. Bye.